Biblical prophecies have captured the imagination and faith of people for millennia. They reveal mysteries, offer warnings, and speak of a divine plan for humanity's future. Today, we'll explore two of the Bible's most profound prophetic books, Daniel and Revelation. Through their symbolic visions, these books offer insights into the ultimate destiny of humanity and the promise of eternal peace for the faithful. Are we living in the times they predicted? Join us as we uncover the secrets of biblical prophecy, the role and importance of prophecies in the Bible. In the Bible, prophecies serve as a bridge between humanity and the divine. They're not just predictions, but serve as divine guidance, giving people hope and a moral compass for the future. From the Old Testament to the New, prophecies create continuity between God's promises and their fulfillment, culminating in the ultimate salvation plan. Surely the sovereign Lord does nothing without revealing his plan to his servants, the prophets. Amos 3:7. Prophets in the Bible served as messengers, warning people against straying from God's path and giving glimpses of his future plans. In times of uncertainty, these prophecies offered reassurance that God's hand was still guiding humanity. The prophetic messages found throughout both the Old and New Testaments foreshadowed the coming of Christ and pointed toward a final restoration of creation. These prophecies are considered a sacred part of the divine narrative, revealing not only the struggles of earthly life, but also the promise of a glorious future. The Book of Daniel, visionary insights into earthly and heavenly kingdoms. The Book of Daniel is a cornerstone of biblical prophecy. Its powerful visions of earthly kingdoms, heavenly judgments, and the rise of a divine kingdom present a vivid portrayal of the world's trajectory through God's eyes. Vision of the four beasts, symbolic kingdoms rising and falling. These four great beasts are four kings who will rise from the earth. Daniel 7:17. Daniel's vision of the four beasts describes four powerful kingdoms that would dominate the earth in succession. Most biblical scholars interpret these kingdoms as the empires of Babylon, Medo-Persia, Greece, and Rome. Each empire has its own symbolic beastly figure, embodying qualities and attributes that define its rise and fall. The fourth beast, more terrifying than the others, is often interpreted as symbolizing Rome's oppressive nature and the Antichrist spirit that will rise in the final days. These beasts show the temporal power of human kingdoms contrasted with God's eternal dominion. The 70 weeks prophecy, a divine timeline. 70 weeks are decreed upon thy people and upon thy holy city. Daniel 9:24. The prophecy of the 70 weeks is one of the most debated topics in biblical prophecy. Each week represents a 7-year period, totaling 490 years. The timeline begins with the decree to restore Jerusalem and leads to the coming of the Anointed One, understood to be Jesus Christ. However, there is a gap often seen between the 69th and 70th week, signifying a period awaiting final fulfillment. Many believe this last week symbolizes the final 7 years before the end of times, marked by intense tribulation and the rise of an Antichrist figure. This prophecy has been significant for both Jewish and Christian eschatology. The cutting off of the Anointed One refers to the crucifixion of Jesus, while the final week may allude to events in the Great Tribulation, where God's promises of restoration are finally fulfilled. The Book of Revelation, apocalypse and hope in the end times. In the New Testament, the Book of Revelation delves deeper into end-time prophecies. Written by the Apostle John, this book is filled with symbolic visions, struggles between good and evil, and promises of a new creation. The 7 seals, trumpets, and bowls, judgments on earth. Then I saw the Lamb open one of the 7 seals, and I heard one of the 4 living creatures say in a voice like thunder, "Come." Revelation 6:1. The 7 seals, trumpets, and bowls are a series of judgments symbolizing God's wrath poured out on a sinful world. Each seal, trumpet, and bowl represents different types of calamities, wars, famines, earthquakes, plagues, and cosmic disturbances. These events act as divine warnings, purging evil and preparing humanity for Christ's second coming. The opening of the seals releases the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, representing conquest, war, famine, and death. The trumpets introduce further judgments, such as asteroids striking the earth and the waters turning bitter. Finally, the bowls represent the most intense plagues, echoing the plagues of Egypt and indicating the completion of God's wrath. The final battle, Armageddon, and the defeat of evil. Bible citation. Then they gathered the kings together to the place that in Hebrew is called Armageddon. Revelation 16:16. The Battle of Armageddon is the ultimate confrontation between the forces of good and evil, with Christ leading the heavenly armies. This battle is depicted as the decisive moment where God's justice is executed, bringing an end to the rule of darkness. After this battle, the beast, representing the Antichrist, is thrown into the lake of fire, symbolizing the end of satanic power over the earth, the vision of the new heaven and new earth, eternal redemption. Then I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth had passed away. Revelation 21:1. In Revelation's final chapters, John describes the ultimate promise for humanity, a new creation where God's presence dwells with his people. The New Jerusalem descends from heaven, symbolizing peace, love, and justice reigning forever. There will be no more sorrow, pain, or death, as God will wipe away every tear. This vision embodies the hope of eternal life. The message of Revelation is one of hope for those who remain faithful through tribulation, knowing they are promised a place in this new creation. The theme of redemption comes full circle, from the brokenness of sin to the perfection of eternity, living in light of the prophecies, a call to watchfulness. Throughout the Bible, we're encouraged to live with a spirit of watchfulness, not knowing the exact day or hour of Christ's return, but always being prepared for it. Therefore keep watch, because you do not know the day or the hour. Matthew 5:13. This call to vigilance is a reminder that biblical prophecy is not just a map for the future, but a guide for how to live today. Knowing that the end could come at any time calls believers to focus on a life of righteousness, compassion, and readiness. Biblical prophecy is a journey that challenges us to reflect on our lives, strengthen our faith, and remain steadfast. Whether we live in times of peace or trial, prophecy reminds us that God's plan is certain and his promises are unfailing. The Bible's prophecies are not just about the end, they reveal a God who is intimately involved in the human story, guiding it to a glorious climax. The journey through prophecy is a call to align our lives with the divine purpose and to hold fast to the hope of an eternal kingdom. If you enjoyed this journey through biblical prophecies, subscribe for more deep dives into the scriptures. Let's continue exploring the mysteries and promises of the Bible together.